All right, welcome to the Rich CELENZA show. WTF are you talking about? So what I want to get into today is New Year's resolutions. Are they full of shit? Well, I think they are, I should say. I think New Year's resolutions are full of shit. I think people that use them for a starting point to start something new in their life, just, in my opinion, are lazy. Because I don't know why anyone waits to do anything they want to do. I understand sometimes you have to set certain goals or do certain things at certain times, but most people I know, and you know as well, that set New Year's resolutions, they usually fail at them. I don't know what the stats are. It's monstrous. It's like 8 or 9 out of 10 people that start them, usually never stick with them. And I'm going to give you my breakdown on why I think that is. Well, let's stick with the more popular ones. So obviously a lot of people say, after the new year, I want to lose weight. After the new year, I want to quit smoking. After the new year, I want to start eating healthier. After the new year, I want to start going to bed earlier. After the new year, I want to read more. Whatever the fuck that bullshit is, I don't understand why you don't start now. Right? Think about it. If you were, well, food's different. If you're hungry, do you say, I'm going to wait X amount of time? And I know that's a hard one because hunger, we have, with food and things of that nature, it's got to be much quicker. But that's how you kind of have to start programming your mind. It's very similar to if you want something like food or anything, start mentally preparing yourself to do things quickly on that end, not slow. Now, in a lot of my programs, Mastering Self-Confidence, I teach people to do things as slow as possible, especially when it comes to gaining and losing weight, trying to quit smoking. Figuring out what other career path, relationships. I tell people, do not have sex with people or with women, men. I don't care who you're having sex with personally. The longer you wait, the better off you're going to be. You're going to dodge a lot of bullets. But regarding New Year's resolutions again, what you have to realize, if you truly want something, you're going to probably just at least start going in that direction very quickly. It's just like if you want something and you're on Amazon or you're shopping in a mall or wherever, you want that, you want to get it. Now, if it's something that's not affordable down the line, then that's different. You have to set certain goals to say, by this time, hopefully I can save enough money, or by this time I'll have this so I can get that I get. But when it comes to personal things, again, like we're talking about, like most people regarding New Year's resolutions, I don't know why they put or they stall. I never understood that. So let me kind of break this down for you. If you're not feeling good, let's just use the weight component, because I think a lot of people either want to start losing weight or they want to start getting in better shape. I say that's a very strong one. Wouldn't you agree? So anyways, for one, say you want to lose weight. Let's just go with that one. I think a lot of people add all this baggage into something that's very simple. And listen, I'm the biggest gym advocate, but the truth is, just to start the process of saying, hey, it's October, it's November, I want to lose some weight, but I'm just going to wait till New Year's resolution. I'm going to wait because the gym prices, they have discounts, so I'm going to start going to the gym then. Here's the deal. If you're not in the mood to go to the gym now, most likely what makes you think after the new year you're going to want to go as well? You're not. You may sign up, you may go for the first month or two, you're going to weed out of it. So unless you just say, hey, I want to start working out at the gym, then you just go join the gym. You don't fuck around, right? But here's the thing. Most people are bullshit. If you have to set the resolution date, you're already lying to yourself, I believe. But you probably do want to lose weight. Here's the thing. You do not have to go to a gym to lose weight. And again, you don't have to also say, a lot of people are going to be like, I'm going to go to the gym after the new year. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to start doing all these things. I'm going to start living a healthier lifestyle. You are probably going to most likely shock your body. You're not going to stick with it, because if you wanted to live that lifestyle, not saying you can't, most likely you're not going to stick with it. Okay? That's just a reality. What you need to start, for one, thinking about is doing it again as slowly as possible, but just heading in that direction. But you need to head into the direction you want to head into slowly but consistently, and just do it in steps. I really think what happens is too many people go too berserk, and that's where kind of the New Year's resolution comes in. This isn't like getting a new job where all of a sudden you're getting paid, right? So if you start a new job, they're throwing tons of different things at you, and you'll take the hit. You'll learn all these different things because you're getting paid to do it. But now if you have to spend money going to a gym or doing things you don't like to do, are you going to really stick with it? Most likely not. You've either been programmed to become who you are, or you're doing things you really like to do, which includes working out or not working out, eating right, not eating right, sleeping enough, not sleeping enough, partying, smoking, drinking. The list goes on. So you do the things you like to do, right? And if you don't like something, the truth is you don't do it, right? If you don't like exercising, you're not exercising. If you don't like smoking, you're not smoking. If you like smoking, you're going to smoke. If you like working out, you're probably going to go to a gym. But now let's back up. Like I was saying, you want to lose weight. Why throw all this shit at once at yourself, right? I know you mentally want to do that. A lot of people are like, I want to lose weight. And the only way I can lose weight is probably by working out, getting a trainer, or by eating correctly, or by getting the perfect amount of sleep, drinking tons of water. All these things may be right, but they are probably things you may not stick with consistently, and you have to be honest about that. I can assure you, a lot of people would rather have coffee than drink more water. Okay, that doesn't mean they're having a ton of water. A lot of people like to drink soda, pop, a lot more than they like to drink water. Again, if you can just find a balance, but again, be honest with yourself. To say, hey, I'm going to quit soda after you've been drinking soda your whole life, you're most likely bullshitting yourself, because something in soda or pop, soft drinks, make you feel good. It may be the sugar, it may be the way it tastes in your mouth, whatever the case may be. So what I'm trying to say basically here is, need to take this one step at a time. But the first thing you have to acknowledge is what you love and what you don't love, what you're truly willing to give up, right? And when you quit something, it doesn't mean you have to quit it forever, or it doesn't mean that you can't have it in small increments. If you decide to lose weight, doesn't mean you're always going to be having, you're not going to always consistently be losing weight. If you decide to work out, you're not going to always feel great in the gym or out of the gym, or all these things that are kind of unrealistic expectations, I call them. But if you are truly wanting to lose weight again, you don't need to say it at New Year. On January 1st, I'm going to go join a gym. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to start losing weight. What you really have to do, especially if you're not working out, or if you even want to set that New Year's resolution, is say, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try, which is what I tried, to teach in my program, is losing a pound a week. Or instead of going to a gym right now, I'm just going to walk. I have a cousin, really not into the gym at all. He plays tennis, but he lost 40 pounds. How he lost it? He just walked, right? His eating habits changed a little. All he did was eat smaller portions. He's from Chicago. And it was not like he went on some crash diet, lied to himself, joined the gym, went berserk, and then quit, or thought that he had to change his entire life. He didn't really have to do that. He just wanted to lose weight. And he just started walking. So when he'd get home, and if you really want to do certain things, you're going to have to put an effort into it, right? Because if you're doing what you keep doing now, you're not going to get any results. But if you even start, your portions, if they get smaller, that's going to help. But in his case, he just came home, walked a couple extra miles a day. It took him a decent amount of time, but eventually he got down to the weight he wanted, and he didn't lie to himself. He's like, I don't want to be a gym rat. I'm not into fitness. I just wanted to lose weight. Really, if you think about how simple that is. Now, if you are the type of person who thinks that they need to work out, or you feel better to lose weight because a lot of people, I think, worked out in their youth and they felt better. And as time went on, they think even if they lose weight, they're going to feel like they did in their youth. And I don't think that's the case, because the truth is we're getting older. So I have a lot of friends in their 40s thinking, man, I just got to lose this 20 pounds. And even when they lose 20 pounds, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be in great shape. They're probably in better shape. But again, it comes down to, you can lose weight, by doing it healthy or non-healthy. Also, are they still drinking? Again, what are their eating habits? Some people diet for certain days and then eat a lot of shit in between there, or all these different things, right? They may be not getting the proper amount of rest, even though they lost weight. So I think what you really got to focus in on is getting to the point where what is going to make you feel good about yourself. And you got to feel good, because I see a lot of people that are heavyset, some that are very thin, some, have middle or, normal body frames, and they're unhappy. And that's the thing I'm getting into as well. The next phase is the New Year's resolution. I think is also something to look forward to. It's kind of exciting, right? Oh my God, on this day I'm going to start this. So it's something, I think a lot of people need to look forward to certain things, right? And I get that. But in this case, again, we're back to losing weight. Just really start figuring out, what am I really going to stick with? Really, weigh it out, right? Because for people to really think they're going to have these life-changing experiences after a new year is really ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying some people don't do it. Probably 99% don't stick with it. That's just my theory. At least everyone I've ever known or things I've read. Because I think, again, they just take on way too much. Way too much. So back to just sticking with one thing. Let's go back to weight again. I keep going back to that. But just saying, I'm not waiting to New Year's to start the process of losing weight. For one, I need to lose X amount of weight. I am going to start walking. Or I'm really going to join a gym right now, today. Because if I really want to lose weight, why would I wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever the case may be? Start immediately back to food or hunger. If you want something, you're going to want to go after it. And for instance, if you like someone, a female, a male, whatever it is, if you like that person, you're not like, you know what, I'm going to talk to them after New Year's and see how it goes. Most likely you're going to be like, let me text them now. Let me message them now. Let me call them now. Let me see if I could go out with them now. Because that's what you want now. If you keep waiting for things, what's going to eventually happen? You're going to have nothing. And a lot of things that you truly want, you can start programming your mind to start going after now. Again, when I'm saying this, doesn't mean you have to make some life-changing or altering thing where you decide today I want to lose weight and you go on some type of crash diet, right? Or you go to a gym like a goddamn animal and you start killing yourself, right? Because here's the thing, no matter what, if you're gaining weight or losing weight, going to a gym, it has to be fun, I think. And you know what works and doesn't work for you. We all have different genetics, but we all have strengths and weaknesses. You have to figure out, if you're going to say lose weight, what am I going to really do to do this? How much effort am I truly going to put into this? And how am I going to keep the weight off consistently? So even most people that, as you know, they diet, they lose 10, 15, 20 pounds, come back 6 months, the weight's back on them. Some even get heavier because they know how to, I think at the time they want something and they kind of achieve it sometimes even. And then what do? They're bored with it. Or again, they don't feel the way they thought they'd feel. They don't look the way they thought they'd look, right? And I think all these things come into play. Or they just get aggravated because a lot of them had to change their eating habits. Some even had to change their schedules in life because all of a sudden they claim they don't have time to work out, so I have to go in the mornings. It's the only time, so they're getting up at 5 in the morning and they're miserable, and then they're crashing at 8 o'clock at night, right? Or they work out after work, for instance, and all of a sudden they're too tired, or they don't like how that's kind of dipping into their social life. All these different type of things are coming into play. But here's the thing again. Just take things slowly, but figure out what you want and just start heading that way, and really start with one thing is what I should be saying to you. Because I think the less you take on, the better off you are in life. You just, again, overwhelm yourself with all these different changes. Your mind, your body goes into shock, and you just get miserable. So back to, again, losing weight, I say lose a pound a week for starters, and just stick with that. And again, back up the increments of your food. For me to tell you how to diet, which if you want to diet, God bless you, or you want to start eating extremely healthy, great. You should, do that. I tell a lot of people, though, try to eat, if you're eating shitty, a majority of the time, just kind of split that up. Or start switching it over where, a lot of people have, per week, a lot of bad meals. So try to start having one good meal for every bad meal. And I think eventually, maybe two good meals for every bad meal. And don't think you're going to avoid junk food if you like eating it. Just, eat it periodically, but slowly progress into something to all of a sudden say, you know what, I'm done eating this way, or I'm going to become a vegetarian, or I'm going to start only shopping in Whole Foods, or I'm going to only eat this, I'm going to be packaging my own food, I'm only going to drink this from now on, I'm quitting alcohol, or I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going to quit drinking, I'm going to quit. Most likely that's not the case. Basically, do one thing at a time. Let your body get acclimated. I think that's the word, I forgot. Anyways, let it adjust. Take your time. Same with sleeping patterns. A lot of people all of a sudden are like, I want to, all of a sudden get a lot better sleep, or even reading more. I want to do this more. And either they go to the extreme where they're doing it either too much, or they kind of do it and they quit. Then they do it and they quit. Just get a balance, man. Just like how you ended up doing whatever life you're leading now, you kind of, for the most part, just kind of, you smoothed into it, good or bad. You didn't crash into it. It wasn't like, if you drink a lot, hypothetically, it wasn't like the first time you had a drink, well, not some people I'm sure have, but you didn't just start, and I say that about smoking too. It wasn't like the first time you smoked, you started smoking a pack a day. You probably had one cigarette here, one there. You probably got a stomach ache, was spitting up, whatever. But you consistently went into that. And I believe the way to get out of it is the same way. Just slowly backpedal out of it. Don't shock your body out of that. And all of a sudden just go cold turkey. Now, if you're having a lot of health issues, if you're smoking way too much, or your doctor, everybody says, hey, this is killing you, or if truly you're obese, yes, these are different types of measurements. I'm not talking about those situations, just so you know. This is just for the average guy that wants to lose some weight, or is trying to just maybe thinking about joining a gym and things in that nature. So I'm going to wrap this up in a few minutes here, but really, if you're thinking about a New Year's resolution, I don't care what it is, just start the process now. Do not wait. When I say now, I don't mean this second. I mean, the next day, or if it's Thursday and you want to start Monday, that's fine. But I remember something with Johnny Manziel, the football player, which was hysterical. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday or Tuesday, I can't remember. And he says, I'm going to quit drinking Monday, which is funny because and he was going to Vegas first or something like that, which I found hysterical. Because for one, to tweet that or whatever is funny, but the truth is he wanted to keep partying until Monday, but I think he kept on partying. But if he just wanted to quit drinking or quit doing whatever he was saying he was going to quit doing, you just kind of start, going in that direction. And here's the thing too, you are going to fail a lot of times. You're going to make mistakes, just like when people join gyms or they start, they want to lose weight. You're going to have good days, bad days. I always say good weeks, bad weeks, good months, bad months. And I think that's what happens to people is they quit on themselves too early after failing. We're all going to fail. Just go on next. You may have a week. Tons of my friends work out for a week, take off a week, work out for 2 days, don't go back for 3. But I tell them, don't worry about the days you're not going. Just try to get there. And if you get there, don't worry about if it's a good workout or a bad workout. Any workout is better than no workout. And even if you're not working out, again, if you're just trying to lose weight, like I was telling you earlier, take it slowly, but be consistent. Right? Again, you're going to have good days and bad days, but you don't always have to put all these things into one. I guess you could say, like, even if you wanted to just say back to read more. A lot of people I know are like, I want to read more. Well, all of a sudden they lose time. Like, at the beginning, they'll start reading more and more. They'll read X amount of pages or X amount of chapters, but as time goes on, the truth is you either may get bored, or it's just not stimulating the way you thought it was, or, you just don't find the time like you did before. But if you truly want to do something, you're going to have to find time or figure out a way how to do that for you. Back to weight again, trying to lose or gain weight. Everybody has different genetics. As you know, some people can lose weight very quickly. Some people it takes forever, right? Regardless what type of person you are, just make sure you stick with it. Don't let it get you down. I think we just have sometimes also unrealistic expectations of how things should turn out for us. if we do certain things because it's turned out that way for other people. I talk about that in other podcasts, that everybody reads about wealthy people. I don't care if it's Buffett, Gates, Steve Jobs, all these different people, even the law of attraction, all these things, that if I do what they do, I'll get the same results they get. That is so far from the truth. It's unbelievable. Everyone has different lives. Everybody's in a different financial situation. Everybody works different hours. Everybody has a different job. And I understand if you start following a program that somebody else does, even education-wise, if you go become a lawyer like a lot of my friends, each one of my friends that are lawyers ended up in different positions. Some ended up partners in firms, some owned their own firm, some just ended up standard lawyers. Whatever the case may be, stop comparing yourself to other people. I understand you want to, look at somebody as maybe a Stapleton. Is that the word again? I don't know. Somebody you'd like to turn out to look like or be like. We all have these type of mentors or people we look up to, but do not be pissed when it doesn't end up the same way for you. It may end up better for you. It may end up worse. It may end up in the medium or in the middle. Sorry, I could care less. But you have to figure out what works best for you and in your life, especially when dieting and food, because food's probably one of the things we do the most in our life. And I tell people all the time, none of us were programmed to eat the same type of foods. None of us eat at the exact same time. None of us eat the same exact portion, right? That goes for sleep as well, or anything. Figure out what works, please, best for you. Be consistent with you. Because what works for everyone else or somebody else is most likely not going to always work for you, right? Every deal you do, I don't care if you're in real estate, isn't going to be the same deal someone else did. Everyone takes their own path. I learned that even when I was making films, that no matter what I did, that's my project. And I would read tons of magazines and tons of books on all different directors, producers, actors, all these different things. But I really realized after time went on, it was like, wow, I am so different actually than them. How would I ever... I'm not Scorsese or Quentin Tarantino. I'm not going to... They made movies at different times. The times are always changing. All these different things are coming into play. Great to learn from them, but you need to figure out what works best for you. All right? That's the main thing to take away from this thing. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up. Where am I at here? I think I'm at around 22 minutes. But thanks for listening in on the Rich CELENZA Show. WTF are you talking about? And please don't get caught up in New Year's resolutions. And if you do one or do a bunch of different things, don't give up on them and try to stay consistent with them. But don't rely on those type of things like certain days, I believe, like so far ahead. And again, I understand you want to look forward to certain things and you want to kind of prepare for them. It's kind of like a vacation. A lot of people are always like, man, I want to go on a vacation, but it takes them 8 months, 9 months, a year to go somewhere. I'm like, how come it's taking that long? Now, if you're in a financial situation, I get it. But a lot of people even leave their town to go to a beach town. It takes them 6 months. I'm like, how about getting your fucking car and you drive there and you're there in a few hours, like for the weekend? I go through that all the time with people. I live in Florida, but they always claim they can't get to the beach. I'm like, what are you talking about? You live in Florida, because I live in Orlando. Get in the car and go to the beach. Like a lot of things, if you want to do it, go do it. Quit waiting for somebody to almost give you an approval, and quit making it seem like you need something to look forward to keep going forward. All right? All right. Well, take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.